Okay, so I'm here to tell you that whatever they did, they 100% meant that shit. And this is something that I never wanted to fully believe. I used to really accept, I won't say straight up lies because, okay, disclaimer, this is about people who are adults, okay? Like, once you're an adult, you are responsible for the actions that you make, and you're also responsible for taking care of yourself and healing your own traumas, your own issues, whatever it is that, you know, people would say makes someone act out or make that everyone else's problem. Because so when I make this argument, whatever people do, it's their choice and they 100% meant it. So if they meant to hurt your feelings, if they've criticized you or judged you unfairly or whatever it may be. So that's just a very quick disclaimer. So, okay, first point, whatever people do, majority of the time, unless they're not being, held at pew point, you know what I mean by that? People have the free choice to do what they do. Every day you wake up, you make decisions about how you're gonna show up that day, how you're gonna go about with your day-to-day routines. And so, okay, I've read in a book somewhere, and it's so true. Like, there was this character or this person who someone bumped into him and spilled something on him, like a drink or something, and then he got like angry. He started screaming at the person, and then when he told that to his mentor, I think, I haven't read this in years, so okay, hear me out on this one. When he told his mentor about what happened, how he had a horrible day, and told him exactly what he did, the mentor was like, so you chose to react that way, you chose to give in to your anger, and so you chose to scream at that person for an accident, because the other person accidentally bumped into them and, bumped into him and stuff. So it's like, even if you do feel angry, even if you do feel sad in that moment, as an adult, you can choose to hold back a bit and self-regulate, calm yourself down to the best of your ability before choosing how to react. But a lot of people, sadly, they don't have that skill. Or actually, let me not say they don't have that skill, because that would take the personal accountability out of the equation, and that's not the point of my video. So the point is, I actually lost my train of thought. But yeah, just because you're angry, okay, doesn't mean you have to make that decision and act on it so quickly and scream at the person like, how dare you, this is that, and do the most, and start intimidating the other person or criticizing them straight away. And yeah, this is very difficult. It's a very difficult skill to master, and it does require you to really work on yourself, come up with very good coping mechanisms, slow down and be more aware of your surroundings so that you don't instantly like explode or externalize or internalize anything. But this sort of work is something that I feel like everyone has to do, like it's their personal responsibility in order to get along with everyone around them and be a peaceful member of society. Like, yeah, it actually is that deep. If you're the type of person to really overreact in an instant to like the smallest things, that is a sign that you do have unresolved traumas or issues or anything that needs to be addressed. And while yes, I will make this argument, the next point, where people will intentionally try to rage bait you and make you react in that way. Their mission is to try to make you angry, make you feel sad, make you feel helpless and powerless. And a lot of people do this because they are the ones feeling bad about themselves and they are uncomfortable with that reality. So what do? They will try to, they'll try to infect you with their emotional baggage, with their misery, with their anger. And people who have anger issues, a lot of it does come from self-hatred and just hating not only themselves but the life that they're living, because there's a reason why you're like that angry. And how do I know? I know because I used to be very angry at times. I used to hold a lot of anger inside as a child and as a teenager. And it's because I was like, obviously, yeah, people were provoking me left, right, and center, but at the same time, I also knew deep down inside that I was deeply unhappy and unsatisfied with my own life. But the thing is, even despite all that, this is the point I'm trying to make, despite all that I've been through, like more than 80% of what I've been through, I've never told a soul or anyone, right? That I've healed on my own and worked on. Despite all that, I don't purposely go out of my way to act like an ass to others and start picking fights or provoking someone. Even times when I have literally been provoked so much, rage baited so much, I try my best not to give into that and start screaming at the person. Like, obviously, and to add to that, I am a human being, so sometimes, like, there have been a few moments where, let's say, someone has made me angry. Ignore the noise. So someone has, let's say, made me angry a few times, and to the point where I have actually said something mean to them or snapped at them or said something that, you know, maybe looking back it was too harsh. And then when I realized, like I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have overreacted like that, then in those scenarios I have always apologized as soon as I've realized that actually I was in the wrong as well. So it's like, you see how I'm saying it's a choice. What you decide to do is a choice. Just because I hate when, like, I know hate is a strong word, but I hate when people act like assholes and then they bring up their past and, you don't know what I've been through. They weaponize therapy talk. So they weaponize the things that they've been through, their childhood traumas, or they weaponize the fact that, it's not like I've had an easy life. They just, it's excuses. Like, obviously, okay, maybe they have been through a lot. But it's like, if you're an adult, I'm sorry, you're not 12 years old anymore. You have to, if you know all that you've been through all that, you have to try and get help if it's actually affecting others around you and yourself. So it's like, these types of people will weaponize this therapy language, and other people will enable this behavior and say things like, I've heard online, like people claiming that other people are narcissists, or they've got borderline personality, and this disorder and that disorder. And it's like, even so, or this person's neurodivergent, or they didn't know they're autistic. Like, one person really tried to was intentionally rude to me, was like trying to insult me and stuff like that, and then turned around when I called them out on it, and turned around saying, "Oh, don't you know, I'm autistic, I'm neurodivergent." And I was like, "Well, so am I, bitch. Like, so am I. You don't see me acting like that." And it's like, I don't care. I'm not gonna say, oh, exceptions to that rule, or I feel like a lot of people are far too forgiving and far too lenient, and it's like, no, just because you are neurodivergent or you have this personality issue or disorder does not give you the right to treat others horribly. And it will be these types of people who they'll know they've made you feel bad on purpose, and they will never apologize. They won't even acknowledge what they've done wrong. They just get amnesia afterwards and act like everything's normal for you. Oh, so hey, hi, I was just kidding. Ha 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 ha. Oh, how are you? It's always a how are you, like after they've effed up and they're worried that you are not gonna take their BS anymore and you're gonna leave or do something to them or whatever it may be. So it's like, not everyone is, a narcissist. Not everyone needs to be labeled or pathologized. What is that? Like, exactly, sometimes people are just assholes. Like, sometimes they just wanted to do that shit and they 100% meant that shit, and it reflects how they're feeling on the inside, because no person who is emotionally content and just serene and at peace with themselves would just go around provoking people like that, or judging people all the time, or criticizing others and making others feel bad all the time.